Most men never talk about it, yet nearly all of us wonder, what really happens to your prostate if you masturbate every day? It's one of those questions that lives quietly in the back of your mind, half curiosity, half concern, and usually never said out loud. For many, the prostate is this small, mysterious gland we barely think about until something goes wrong. Maybe it's the late-night bathroom trips, the weak stream, or that uncomfortable feeling that things just aren't working the way they used to. But here's the thing: silence doesn't make the problem go away. Men's health, especially when it comes to topics like this, often gets buried under embarrassment and jokes. We're taught to shrug it off or laugh it away instead of facing it. But ignoring your health out of discomfort can quietly rob you of your energy, confidence, and long-term quality of life. The truth is, the prostate is more important to your well-being than most realize. It affects not just your reproductive system, but your hormonal balance, urinary health, and even your overall mood. So, today we're breaking that silence. We're cutting through the awkwardness, the myths, and the misinformation to uncover what's actually happening inside your body. Because once you understand the truth, you can take real control and maybe even improve your health in ways you didn't think were possible. So let's start at the beginning. Before we talk about how habits like daily masturbation affect your prostate, we first need to understand what this gland actually does and why it's so crucial for men's health. It's tiny, hidden, and yet quietly responsible for one of the body's most essential functions, the prostate. Think of it as a small walnut-sized gland sitting just below the bladder, wrapping around the urethra, the very same tube that carries urine out of the body. Its main job? To produce and secrete the fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. In simple terms, without your prostate, reproduction wouldn't be possible. For most of your life, this gland works silently in the background. You don't feel it, you don't notice it, and that's exactly how it should be. But as you age, especially once you cross 40, something starts to change. The prostate, like many other parts of the body, begins to grow. Slowly, subtly, it expands, and that's when the problems begin. When it gets just a little too big, it presses against the urethra, narrowing the passage that urine flows through. Suddenly, simple things like starting to pee, maintaining a steady stream, or feeling fully relieved become frustrating challenges. You might wake up several times during the night, constantly feel the urge to go, or have that lingering sensation that your bladder is never quite empty. It's not just inconvenient, it's a sign that your body is trying to tell you something. Yet most men ignore it, hoping it'll fix itself. Spoiler, it doesn't. The truth is, your prostate's behavior reveals more about your overall health than most people realize. It reacts to hormones, lifestyle, diet, and stress, meaning that what you do every day directly affects how well it functions. Have you or someone you know ever dealt with these symptoms? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might help another man realize he's not alone. But this raises a bigger question. Can something as natural as frequent ejaculation actually help your prostate? Or does it make things worse? The answer might surprise you. Here's where things get fascinating and a little unexpected. Could something as natural as sex or masturbation actually protect your prostate? According to some of the strongest research out there, the answer appears to be yes. A landmark study published in the journal European Urology followed thousands of men over nearly 2 decades. What it found shocked even the researchers. Men who ejaculated more frequently, about 21 times or more per month, had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who only did so 4 to 7 times per month. That's not a small difference. It's a clear, measurable benefit. Scientists believe this has to do with what they call the prostate flushing hypothesis. The idea is simple. Every time you ejaculate, your prostate essentially gets a rinse. Old cells, built-up fluids, and potentially harmful substances are flushed out. This process reduces inflammation, removes toxins, and prevents cellular damage that can accumulate over time. It's like regularly cleaning out a filter before it clogs. But here's the key part, and it's crucial to understand. Ejaculating frequently isn't some magical shield against disease. It's just one piece of a much bigger puzzle. You can't rely on sex or masturbation alone while ignoring diet, exercise, or regular checkups. Think of it like brushing your teeth but never visiting the dentist. It helps, but it's not the whole solution. What this research tells us is powerful. Your body rewards consistency and balance. When you stay active, eat right, manage stress, and maintain a healthy sexual rhythm, you're creating the perfect environment for your prostate to stay strong and resilient. So, if ejaculation helps, what exactly changes in your body as you age? And why do so many men still face prostate issues later in life? The answer lies in the 3 transformations that begin silently after age 40. Once you hit your 40s, something subtle but powerful begins happening inside your body. Your prostate starts to change in ways most men never notice until symptoms show up. These aren't random shifts. They're part of a predictable biological process that every man experiences differently. But understanding them is the key to protecting your long-term health. Transformation 1. Enlargement and fluid retention. The first change is physical growth, known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. It's not cancer. It's simply the natural enlargement of the gland. But as the prostate grows, it begins pressing against the urethra, restricting urine flow. That's when you start to notice the classic signs: difficulty starting, a weak stream, or that constant feeling of needing to go again. Inside, this growth can also trap fluids, causing pressure and low-grade inflammation, a key ingredient in many chronic conditions. Transformation 2. Hormonal shifts. As testosterone levels decline with age, your body compensates by converting more of it into dihydrotestosterone, DHT, a more potent version of the hormone. DHT acts like fuel for the prostate, telling its cells to grow and multiply. Over time, this hormonal imbalance can speed up enlargement and amplify discomfort. It's the reason many men feel changes in energy, mood, and even sexual performance around this age. Transformation 3. Cellular abnormalities. Every day, your body replaces billions of old cells with new ones. After decades of repetition, errors can happen. Tiny DNA mistakes that, when combined with inflammation and age, increase the risk of abnormal cell growth. That's where regular screenings come in. Catching these issues early can make all the difference. Prostate changes aren't a sign of weakness. They're simply biology. What matters is how you respond to them. That's why getting your PSA test and digital rectal exam every year is essential, even if you feel fine. Early detection doesn't just save lives, it gives you peace of mind. Are you already past 40? Have you ever done a prostate screening or PSA test? Drop your experience in the comments. Your story could encourage another man to take action. But just when researchers thought they understood it all, a controversial new discovery began challenging everything we believed about prostate health. Just when scientists thought they had the prostate puzzle figured out, a new and controversial theory began shaking things up. It's called the hidden prostate clog hypothesis, a concept born out of emerging research from Japan that challenges decades of conventional thinking. According to these studies, the real issue might not just be hormones or inflammation, but an invisible buildup inside the gland itself. Researchers describe it as a compact ball of old cells, toxins, and hardened fluid that forms deep within the prostate. Over time, this so-called clog is believed to restrict circulation, compress the bladder and urethra, and trigger the symptoms that millions of men experience: the weak stream, the constant pressure, and those endless nighttime bathroom trips. Now, here's where it gets even more intriguing. These scientists claim they've identified natural compounds that can help dissolve this buildup and restore normal flow. The idea is that by unblocking the prostate, you can relieve pressure, improve function, and even shrink the gland naturally. It sounds revolutionary, and to many, it is. Of course, mainstream experts urge caution. The data is still new, and while the early findings are fascinating, more large-scale studies are needed before we can call it a proven solution. Still, the concept is sparking global curiosity because it shifts the focus from treating symptoms to addressing a possible root cause. What's clear is this: men are tired of quick fixes that don't last. Whether this theory turns out to be the breakthrough researchers hope for or not, it highlights one important truth. Prostate health isn't static. It can be influenced, improved, and maintained through the right daily habits. What do you think? Myth or breakthrough? Could this hidden clog be the missing piece of the puzzle? Share your theory in the comments below. Now that you've heard the science and the controversy, let's move from theory to action. Here are the 4 pillars that form the foundation of lasting prostate health. So now that you know what's really going on beneath the surface, the question becomes, what can you actually do about it? The truth is, protecting your prostate isn't about complicated routines or miracle cures. It's about building a foundation of smart, consistent habits. Here are the 4 pillars that every man should live by. Pillar 1. Annual medical checkups. No matter how healthy you feel, this one is non-negotiable. Once you hit 40, or earlier if you have a family history, you need a yearly visit to a urologist. 2 things matter most: your PSA blood test, which tracks changes in prostate-specific proteins, and the digital rectal exam. It's quick, painless, and potentially life-saving. Real strength is about prevention, not avoidance. Pillar 2. An anti-inflammatory diet. What you eat can either fuel inflammation or fight it. Cut back on processed foods, fried meals, and excess sugar. Replace them with colorful fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats like olive oil, avocados, and nuts. And here's your secret weapon: tomatoes. They're rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that studies show supports prostate health. Cooked tomatoes, think sauces or soups, help your body absorb it even better. Pillar 3. Consistent physical activity. You don't need to run marathons, but your prostate thrives when you move. Aim for 30 minutes of brisk walking, light jogging, or cycling most days of the week. Add in a bit of strength training to balance hormones and boost circulation. And don't forget Kegel exercises. Yes, men can do them too. They strengthen the pelvic floor and improve urinary control. Pillar 4. Hydration. It's the simplest step with the biggest impact. Water keeps your urinary system clear and reduces irritation. Aim for 2 to 3 liters a day. Your bladder, kidneys, and prostate will thank you. These 4 pillars form the backbone of long-term prostate health. Start small if you have to, but start today. Every habit compounds over time. Which of these 4 pillars are you already following, and which one will you start this week? Let me know in the comments below. Because there's one final truth every man needs to hear, and it's not about medicine or biology, it's about mindset. At the end of the day, this isn't just a video about the prostate, it's about ownership. Your health doesn't define your masculinity, but your willingness to take care of it does. Too many men wait until discomfort becomes pain, or until a routine checkup turns into an emergency. But the truth is, you hold the power to change that story. Taking charge of your prostate health isn't embarrassing, it's empowering. It means you value your body, your future, and the people who count on you. Whether it's booking that long overdue appointment, swapping one unhealthy meal for something better, or committing to a walk every evening, every small step is a statement: I'm in control. Breaking the silence starts with a single conversation. Maybe in a comment section like this one, because the more we talk openly about men's health, the fewer men suffer in silence. So if this message resonates with you, don't let it stop here. Keep learning, keep asking questions, and take action before problems arise. What's one small change you'll make this week to protect your health? Comment it below. Your commitment might inspire someone else to start their journey too. And if this helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or family member who needs to hear this, because every man deserves to feel healthy, confident, and in control. Your prostate health is just one piece of the bigger picture, a reminder that your best years aren't behind you. They're right in front of you, waiting for you to show up and live them well.